Life is like a tapestry, woven together by the choices we make, the relationships we nurture, the experiences we share. Each thread tells a story. Some threads are vibrant, representing love, hope, and connection. Others are dark, marked by challenges, loss, and pain. But what happens when someone pulls those threads? When toxic behaviors like blame, manipulation, and neglect begin to unravel from the fabric of a family, a relationship, or even a person's sense of self, the picture weakens, the connections fray, and what once held everything together starts to fall apart. Toxic behavior often disguises itself in everyday actions. It's not always obvious at first, but over time, the patterns become clear. Blame and deflection, consistently shifting fault onto others, saying, "This is your fault," to avoid taking responsibility. Drama or distraction, actions like sleeping in the closet, prioritizing material things over people, or creating chaos to shift focus away from accountability. Emotional dismissal, ignoring someone's pain by saying, "Get over it," or invalidating their feelings. Manipulating others, involving children in adult conflicts, using guilt or fear to control their choices. These patterns create an environment where love and trust are replaced by tension and resentment. 75% of toxic partners use blame shifting to control the narrative, often leaving their partner feeling isolated and devalued. Families exposed to constant blame and manipulation see a 60% increase in emotional exhaustion. Toxic behaviors don't just hurt individuals, they damage the entire fabric of relationships. For the partner, imagine working tirelessly to support your family, sacrificing your dreams, putting everyone else first, only to be told you're not enough. Imagine feeling like you're married but single, where love and connection are replaced with blame and neglect. For the children, children learn what they see. When one parent manipulates or dismisses the other, kids often mimic these behaviors or grow up confused about what love and respect look like. For everyone, a family built on manipulation is like a house built on sand. It might stand for a while, but it will eventually collapse. 67% of people in toxic relationships report feeling emotionally abandoned. 50% of children raised in manipulative environments replicate those behaviors in their own relationships. 20% of individuals in toxic relationships experience suicidal thoughts due to feelings of worthlessness and despair. Now, imagine someone trying to stay sober in this environment. Sobriety is a battle already. One that takes courage, support, and a calm space to heal. Toxic relationships make the fight even harder. When you're constantly blamed, invalidated, or dismissed, your brain is flooded with stress hormones like cortisol. These chemicals disrupt your ability to think clearly, regulate emotions, and resist cravings. It's like fighting a storm without an umbrella. 42% of people in recovery say toxic relationships are a major trigger for relapse. Chronic stress by toxic behaviors can increase the risk of relapse by 50%. Sobriety requires stability, not a constant fight for survival. Let's pause and turn the tables. How would you feel if someone dismissed your grief, saying, "Get over it," when you're hurting? What if every effort you made to help was met with criticism or indifference? How would it feel to see the people you love most turn against you, manipulated by someone who should be nurturing their hearts instead of planting seeds of division? If these questions make you feel uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is where change begins. It's a chance to look at the impact of our actions and ask, what am I doing to strengthen the threads of connection? And what am I doing to pull them apart? Toxic behaviors don't just hurt today, they leave scars that can last a lifetime. The supportive partner becomes a shell of themselves, consistently defending their worth, often to no avail. The children grow up confused, learning unhealthy patterns that follow them into adulthood. The manipulator often ends up isolated, pushing away the very people they claim to care for. 30% of individuals in abusive or toxic relationships report suicidal thoughts. Suicide rates among those who feel emotionally isolated are 4 times higher than the general population. This cost is too high, and the legacy it leaves is one of brokenness and pain. We all have a choice to keep pulling at the threads of our relationships or to start weaving them stronger. For those exhibiting toxic behaviors, acknowledge the harm you've caused, stop blaming others, and take responsibility. Love isn't about control. It's about respect, consistency, and kindness. For those enduring it, speak up for yourself. Protect your peace Surround yourself with people who value your story and strengthen your threads. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every small change matters. Every thread you weave with love and accountability adds strength to the fabric of your relationships. What do you want your legacy to be? Do you want to keep faking it to the grave, blaming others and leaving behind a trail of broken connections? Or will you choose to create something beautiful? A tapestry woven with love, respect, and resilience. Every choice we make adds a thread to that fabric of our lives. The time to change is now. For yourself, for your family, and the future you want to create.
Dig deep within, unleash your spark. We can rise, we can shine.